Hey, what is up, guys? Master Gaming here, coming at you with another hot commentary. This one is pretty much about how I view the gaming industry within, like the next year or 2 years. From what I'm seeing so far in 2013 with these next gen consoles and, them trying to be an entertainment center and, the lack of right now showing games and how they're really trying to force games to be all on next gen consoles and how they're pretty much trying to restrict us gamers, us console gamers, well, excuse me, us console gamers in general from actually trying to have any freedom with these things. It sort of proves that, Sony and Microsoft are heading down the wrong path and Nintendo is getting caught up on flings that they won't leave alone because it's not helping their country none at all. And from what I'm seeing so far, if this continues to be, all their attitudes of, trying to get, third-party developers to make games for them or trying to make, the consoles more restricted and more where they're controlling what you're playing, then I can honestly say that the gaming industry is going to crash and burn very horribly, and it's going to be in like a state of depression where it's going to be hard for it to get out because consumers eventually will get fed up of paying over their price money for a console that they have basically no freedom to use, that they have a bunch of statute of limitations that they have to follow in order to play their game, or just anything stupid in general, or having the lack of games to be played on their console in general. And from what I saw so far at Microsoft unveiling that I said back in my review of the unveiling, even though E3 hasn't came out yet, from what I can see so far and what they've been talking about now, that they're sort of like planning on region locking the Xbox One, and I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what's been going around. Been saying so far, and Microsoft hasn't neither denied or agreed to it, so it's sort of up in the air. But really, what region lock means is, say if you had a friend that stayed in, let's say, New England or Japan, or let's even say Russia, you wouldn't be able to play with them because that Xbox One will only be locked to the United States region. So you can only play with people that within the United States. Anybody outside of the United States will not be able to connect to your online through your will not be able to connect to your Xbox One server. And basically that's going to piss off a lot of people, because a lot of people in their friends list have a lot of gamer friends that don't even stay in this don't even stay here in this region whatsoever. More people have friends that stay over there, in Australia, South Africa, Japan, or Russia. A lot of people have a lot more friends, online friends, when it comes to them certain parts. Now, yeah, we do got a bunch of friends over here, but I would say you at least got like about 2 or 3 people in your friends list that don't even stay here in this country, that plays from another country, and I can honestly say I do, and I know a bunch of other people do as well. So that's gonna piss a lot of people off because they can't connect, either with family or friends that stay in another region. From what I seen with the PlayStation 4 is they're trying to make the controller touchpad sensible, and I'm like, they're trying to make a tablet controller, but it's not a tablet controller, but you can sort of use it like a tablet controller. It just doesn't have the tablet feature. It's really Sony, they need to stop trying to copy. Well, I can honestly say both Microsoft and Sony need to really need to stop trying to copy what Nintendo is doing with that Wii U, touchpad and stuff, because when Nintendo released the Wii U, and that's when Microsoft came out with Smart Glass, and basically you can pretty much use your tablet or your cell phone as a tablet and control your Xbox. And then now with the PlayStation 4, they're giving you a touchpad with your PlayStation 4 controller, and I'm like, you guys are doing too much. We don't really need all that extra crap on our controller. If you just give us 4 buttons, a joystick, a 2 joystick, a left and right joystick, 2 right triggers, to left and right bumper and a D-pad, we will be fine. We don't need all this extra crap on our controllers. You guys are starting to make the controllers way too freaking complicated. Because when I saw the Xbox One controller, it had the menu where you can bring up like your Twitter feed in the middle of a game. Basically, it does like what a cell phone do. How you can open up when you hold the menu button on like your. I don't know if you can do it on an Apple phone, but on an Android phone, if I hit my menu button, I can bring up another app at the same time and run it on my phone or on a Windows or even like on like a Windows computer, not computer, a tablet. You can basically bring up another application while you're using another one at the same time, and then when you're done with that application, you can pretty much like back off and go back into the application you was in. You guys are making these consoles too much like a computer and slash cell phone. We do not need we do not need another cell phone or computer in my house, because basically I got my computer and my cell phone can do a lot better when it comes to updating my Twitter stats and checking videos, all the other good stuff that my 360 can. And by y'all trying to add that on to like the one especially, I don't know what they're trying to. I know from what I hear from Sony, they're trying to push for a gaming console, but they're not all that great. They're not off the hook when it comes to it, because they're making some screw ups too with the PlayStation 4. But it's like, especially with the one, they're trying to make it into a multimedia center, and I'm like, the people that are gonna go out and buy this is gamers. They're trying to push for a market where people just only buy the one just for like as a cable box or just a way to watch sports or watch IGN or Machinima or YouTube in general, that won't use it for games. They just only use it for multimedia purposes, and that's not going to work. And if they keep trying to push for that type of future, it's not going to end well. They're going to lose a lot of gamers, and they're going to end up not buying nothing else from their companies anymore, which is going to lead their companies down into a state of depression, which then they're going to probably be really desperate and actually probably sit up and listen to what we've been trying to tell them all these years, that we actually just need gaming consoles. But really, in more general, we just need games. That's how it's been. That's what I've always been saying in my commentaries. Anything talking about console related news or anything, is that we just need games. We don't need new consoles. Now, I could understand like if they was announcing if they announced like the Xbox One 2014, 2015, then I wouldn't probably consider getting it. But it's like right now, I'm like, they just released a bunch of good games already out on 360, and they're planning on releasing more. We do not need a new console as of now. We don't need a new PlayStation 4. We don't need a 360. Not 360. We don't need a one. I'm like this. If you guys have problems with your, their predecessor, the 360 and PlayStation 3, take the time out and fix it. Especially if you invested, millions of dollars adding on these added features that you gave us now on these consoles. Take the time out and make them better. Or do this. How about for these consoles right now? All you guys are just doing is putting in an upgraded version of a capture card. How about you guys just send us out, like just release the new graphics card that can be compatible with the 360 and let us install it into our own 360s ourselves? You guys would save a bunch of money if you just release parts to it. Like, that's what makes PC gaming a lot better, because you build your own stuff. You upgrade it when you feel like upgrading it, and you're not always paying for a new computer. All you gotta do is pretty much spend $100 like on a new graphics card, or well over $200 on a new processor. But you won't need that over, like, we'll say about 3 years. You probably won't. I'm just estimating, but say about 3 years till you need a new graphics card or processor to run a game on a higher quality. And I bet you consoles will always continue to make money. You're making money off the sales from people buying parts for their consoles to upgrade them, and for people that likes the fact that you can upgrade your own console, that they buy from you, they will actually go out and buy that. So you're earning money from two fronts instead of just one every time. But you know, Microsoft doesn't want to do that. They want to make you try to go out and spend well over $600 for a new console that only has a little bit different in pixelation on your flat screen TV, and has a new bunch of added buttons onto your controller, and a couple of new features that you can do with your new console. Now, needless to say, you know, that's how I feel about it. And then this could really does continue. You know, it's nothing really to look for. Nothing really good to be looking for in console gaming. A lot of people are either going to turn to PC, or they're just going to start playing games in general, because Microsoft and Sony and Nintendo at the time are not offering anything good. They're pretty much offering the same crap they've been giving to us the same years. They're not listening to nobody. They pretty much, when they go in their boardrooms, they don't really sit up and talk about, look like at forums and stuff, and see what people want, or let's not try to do this because the people may not like this. They pretty much say, well, we like this idea, we're going to go with it, and if the general public doesn't like it, then they don't like it. They're going to have to learn to live with it, whether or not how they feel about it. And then that's what I was guaranteed that's what they sit up and talk to each other about in these boardrooms. Which way can we troll the general consumer today to piss them off to the point where they want to come out and buy our stuff? Regardless, we've been throwing the same crap out every year, every 365 days a year. But that's the only way to change that is, you know, we pretty much, us the consumers, sits up and tells them that we're not taking this anymore, we're not going to do this, and we're not going to allow you to ruin, you know, the gaming industry future, because you want to keep putting out crappy console, crappy games with the same premise, with the same type of common goal. We're not going to let you do it anymore. We're not going to allow you to sit up and run our gaming lives, where we as the consumer sit up and pay you guys to make this stuff for us. That's the only way y'all making your money. That's the only way y'all have those Lamborghinis that you probably have sitting in your garages right now. We paid for that. You guys didn't do. Only thing you guys did was just put it all together. But really, at the end of the day, it was us, the consumer, that actually paid for all this crap to happen. And we need to remember that we are paying them to make us this stuff, and we have a right to say so that we do not like it and go back to the drawing board, or you will not be getting our money. So how do you guys feel about the gaming industry and where you think it's going? Let me know in the comments below. I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.